Hello everyone, this is Ram here, and today we are going to create this teddy bear with animated eyes. If you guys notice, the pupil of the eyes is moving and the eyes are blinking. So I've made it by using HTML5 and CSS3. Let's go to the code editor and start coding for this. I'm here in my VS Code editor. I've already created a folder of teddy, and whatever code editor you like, you guys can go with that. I'm going to have a file inside this. This would be index.html, and another file. This would be style.css. I'm using Emmet extension, so for that I'm just going to create a basic template of HTML5. Here I'm going to name it Teddy Animated. So Teddy Animated. Inside the body element, I'm going to create a division, and I would like to have a class of container. Then inside this, I want to have another div, assigning it a class of head. And within this head, I want to have some nested division. The first div would be the class, and this class would be air. I want to go with another air class, so I'm just copying it, pasting it, and then I want to have two more classes. Later we can change the names, and then two more classes, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. These are two airs, and this would be eye, and this would be nose, and this would be mouth. Okay, so our markup is ready. I need to link my style sheet. So for this, link related to style sheet, sorry, and then href, and this would be style.css. Let's save it. Now in my style.css file, I'm going to start styling. Okay, first of all, let me show you that what's going on in the browser. So here, if you go to the browser, I'm using my live server. This is what we have. Like, we don't have anything. We have only the title, which is Teddy Animated, and the one I've created, its title is Teddy. So here the Teddy Animated, the blank browser page, we cannot see anything. So now we are going to make it better or fancy. So for that, I'm going to use a container class, and here I want to use the position, and position would be absolute, not relative. Absolute. Then left would be 50%, and then top would be 50%, and I want to use transform, and then translate, and minus 50% from x-axis and minus 50% from y-axis. Now I want to use the head class, or heads. I'm going to select it. So head would be, the width of the head would be 300 pixels, and height HT would be 200 pixels, and background, I want to use the color of B9 830E, and border radius, so this would be 100%. Now I want to go with the position, and here I want to go with the position relative, and let's go with the border, and border would be 5 pixels, 5 pixels solid, and black. Let's save it, move on to the browser, and we have an oval, or the face or head of the teddy bear. Let's change it a bit. It should be 4. Let's see, how does it look like? Yep, the 4 looks better. If I go with 3, how does it look? 3 is better. Okay, so let's go with the 3 pixels of border. Now let's start creating air, and for that let me bring it in the middle of the screen, and here let's select the air class, and air, let's have a width of 50 pixels, and then height would be 50 pixels, and border radius 100%. Position absolute, not relative. Absolute. Position absolute. And let's go with the border. And here the border would be same 3 pixels, solid and black. I want to go with the background. This would be B9830E, and let's see what's going on, then I'll tell you. Okay, so here the air is over the head. I want it to be in the back, so we can use the Z index. So Z index, and this would be -1, and it shouldn't be here, it should be here, -1. Let's save it. Yep, now it's looking good. Now we have to use the second air, and for that I'm going to use the child class, so air and nth child 1. Okay, so this is the first child, and the top would be 10 pixels, and let's save it. Okay, so it's here at the back of the first one, and now what I can do, what I have to do, I should say, let me copy and paste the same, and here in place of 1, let's say 2, and top is 10 pixels, but I want to go with the right side, and this should be 0. Let's save it, move on to the browser, and we have the 2 ears and the head of the bear. These are, and this is. Okay, now we can go with the eye class. So let me bring it in the middle of the screen, and here let's use the eye, and here the width of the eye class would be 15 pixel, and height, HEIGHT, height would be 25 pixels. Background black, spelling of my background would be black. Border radius 100%, and then position absolute, and here I'm going to use this animation, but right now let me use the name of the animation, and this would be eyes for 15 seconds, is in, out, and infinite. I want them to be in a loop continuously. So this is done. Let's see. You can see it is here, but we need to set it. So what we can do next, we have to use the let me use it here. Okay, nth child 3, and then top would be 90 pixels and left would be 80 pixels. Let's save it. Let's see. Okay, so it is here. We have to work with this one also. Now we have to use, again, let me copy this and paste it here, and let's name it 4th, and this is the 4th one, and for this 4th one the top should be 90 and the in place of this left this should be right. You see, right would be 80 pixels. Let's save it, and the eyes are there. Now what's next? Now we need to style the nose. Later, after making it all, we will give the animation. Okay, so let's make the nose of this teddy, and here the nose is going to be, the width for the nose would be 60 pixels. Height, height would be 40 pixels. Border radius 100%. Background would be black. Let's go with the position, and here the position would be absolute, not relative. Absolute, and let me bring it here in the middle of the screen. Okay, and top, the top would be 50%. Not 50, it should be 65%. And then left would be 50%. Then transform and translate. So translate X, this would be minus 50%, and then let's save it. Let's see. Okay, now we need to create a mouth, and for that let's have a mouth class. So here the mouth class is here. Let's have a width 10 pixels, height would be 40 pixels, background, here the background is black. Let's go with the left 50%, then transform, translate Y, minus 50%, and then bottom 0. Position for this would be absolute. Let's save it, and let's see what's going on in the browser. So we have a teddy, but now let's go and start animating the eyes of the teddy like this. Okay, so the blinking and the movement of the pupil. Let's go and start creating that. Here it's too okay. So I need to do something, and that something would be okay, you know what I'm going to do. Okay, let it be here, and let's say that I before, and position for this would be absolute, and then content and nothing, and then display block, and the width for this okay, width for this would be 10 pixels, height would be 10 pixels, and background, this would be black, border radius, so the border radius would be 50%, and then top 9 pixels, left also 9 pixels, and then here let's name the animation, and the animation name would be pupils, 15 seconds, is in out, and loop infinite. And let's save it, and here let's say add keyframes for the animation, and let's name it eyes. Okay, I have used this animation, eyes animation here, this one. Okay, so I have used that animation name here, eyes, and now I'm going to create the animation. So eyes and 0%, then 23%, then 25%, and 65, 67, 89, let's see, 89, 91, and 100%. And within this keyframe settings, I want to use transform, and let's use the scale Y, and this would be 1. Now I have to use another keyframe settings, that would be 24%, and 66%, 90%, and with this let's use 24, 66, 90%, and let's use the transform, and here use the scale Y, and this should be 0. Let's save it. Let's move on to the browser. Okay, so you know what, let me this I class, let me comment it here. Okay, and let's see what's going on. So here, before using this eye, here I'm going to use another eye class, and here the position for this would be absolute, and width would be 22 pixels, and then height, height would be again 22 pixels, and then top for this would be 42%, and here I want to use a background, and this back time I want to go with white background actually. And then here border radius would be 50%, and same, let me bring this animation, Control C and let's save it and let's see. Yep, now it's looking better and it's just blinking, but let's use other animation for the pupils. If you guys see, it's only for the eyes, the white part, eyeballs, or the white part of the eyes which is blinking. Let me keep it here for a moment. Okay, so you guys can see it's blinking. Let's move the pupil, and for the pupil let's use add keyframes, and let's name it pupils, and this animation name I have used here. Okay, so pupils, and for this 0%, 23%, then 25%, 65, 67, 89, 91, 100%, and then top would be 9 pixels, and left would be 9 pixels again, and then transform, and here we used to go with the scale Y 1, and now again I need some animation, so I want to go with 40%, and with this 40 let's go with the top of 4 pixels, and the left would be again 4 pixels, and here let me bring it in the middle of the screen. Okay, and let's have some other settings. So this would be 24%, 66%, and 90%. Here they transform, and I want to go with the scale Y 2. Let's save it, move on to the browser, and you guys can see, let's see, yep, the pupil is working upwards and now downwards, and the eyes are blinking, so our teddy bear is ready. I hope you guys like this. If so, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta la vista.